If Gravity is at its peak now, I want him to still be here in 20 years. Then I can be like, yo, this is one of the all-time greats. He's now put himself back in his category of music because he's close to raga. Everyone has their own opinion. I'm glad the boy is confident. So you have someone like Bebe Chameleon, that's 30 years. 20 years on top. That's not easy. If he can catch Bebe and Bobby and Chameleon, I mean, and those you see the problem with all those brands is they've been big in Africa, the whole of Africa. If he can in the next 10 years move himself international, he can now really start having that conversation like, guys, I'm the baddest where I'm from. So that's why you have to give respect to the guys who came before. Bebe, Bobby, Chameleon, Navio, I'm also there.
How are you doing, Navio?
Man, in this state, man. Ochimani, bro. Yes, sir. I mean, it's always good to invite people from all over to share in what we're doing. At the end of the day, this is a Ugandan experience, Uganda's independence. That's the priority. So for me, I'm looking forward to seeing the other 57 acts from Uganda, as well as the brothers who've come from West Africa, South Africa, North Africa. I think we have performers from Kenya. There's performers from all over Africa who've come to do it. So yeah, I'm very glad. I'm very happy to be on the show.
If they don't advertise them on the post of Nigeria,
Yeah.
Nigeria cannot sell in Uganda.
Yeah. I believe that in Uganda, you have to have Ugandan acts. Like, hands down, in Uganda, you're doing a show. It does not help culture. It does not help patriotism. We're the best performers on the continent, by far. I think no matter who has come with their hits, everyone can see that Uganda is miles and miles ahead when it comes to stage performance. You can put a Bobby, you can put a Bebe, you can put a Navio, you can put a Myth against any of the rappers, any of the reggae artists. We have people who can match any artist. So a show, first and foremost, has to be patriotic. It's like radio stations. Radio stations in Uganda that don't play Ugandan music, for me, should not be in Uganda. Shows that don't promote Ugandan artists shouldn't be in Uganda. So even if you bring an outsider, you still need to make sure you have 10, 20 of us to show the local flavor, to keep it, you know.
Okay, let's talk about Ugandan things now.
Yes.
The evolution of music.
Yeah. I think the evolution of music has been amazing. You had quality artists that I have pulled from even. You know, you think about even the decade we became independent. You know, there's music from 1966, which I feature on my brand new album. The first song on Vibes Out the East on my album is with Eli Wamala. And it is a song from 1966. The quality, the sound is perfect. So these people, they have something to teach us. Our ancestors, the people who did the songs and the people who did the music before us have something to teach us. Staying true to what we do is what makes us unique. And there's such a thing as timeless classic music. It's why I'm going to be able to step on stage and do Ngalo first for the next 10 years. When you make a classic song, it lasts through the ages. Injogereza, Nawulinanga. Those are not hits. That's classic music. That is real music. And that's why it touches people. And I think that is what we have to learn from those guys, you know. From the past. The 60 years of music has been exciting. Think about how many people have come in and out of the music industry. How many greats we've had. You know, the classic albums that we've had. Still, they're saying now in the top 3, Vibes Out the East, Afrigo, and Philly Rutaya down the top 3 albums ever released from Uganda. Only one of them is released in 2022. The other 2, Philly Rutaya. The other one, Afrigo. It tells you something. You know, there's a story of music that we're painting. It's in our 60 years, and it's going to be going into the future. We need to start leading. We need to start leading the way as far as music is concerned on the continent. So yeah.
Recently you appeared on Gravity's stage. You came to support him. But after that show, he declared himself as number one.
Yeah.
The number one is
Yeah. 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 Yes. 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 Uh-huh. Yeah. Everyone has their own opinion. I'm glad the boy is confident, and I think that he's now put himself back in his category of music because he's close to raga. That's his stuff. He's a rap guy. But he's closer in terms of his music to that raga. So I'm like, why doesn't he go? Let him go and take the crown. If he thinks he's better than him, let him go and take the crown. It is that is wow. For me, longevity is very important. So you have someone like Bebe Chameleon, that's 30 years. 30 years in music, 20 years on top. That's not easy. If Gravity is at his peak now, I want him to still be here in 20 years. Then I can be like, yo, this is one of the all-time greats. But when you're dealing with Bebe, Bobby, I mean, it's very difficult. But for right now, he's doing very well. No complaints, and he's rapping. Of course, I cannot complain.
You and the Gravity, the beef is still there.
No, I performed at his show. No, I have no real beef with any human being. Because everyone who says they have beef, when they come to me, they smile. They shake my hand, or they apologize on TV twice. So I at the end of the day, I don't really have beef in this industry, because whether it's on music, whether it's on street, I handle myself very well. So I don't think there's any real beef or competition in terms of that for me. I'm here. My only competitor is myself, as I say. And like I say, it's people are already talk about this latest album of mine as one of the 3 classics of all time in Uganda music. Vibes Out the East, Afrigo, and Philly Lutaya. So for me, that is already enough. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. Yeah. I believe that he's found a pocket, and he's done very well to make sure that the people who come to his shows come to be entertained, they come to be active, they come to get blazed and have a good time. He's ensured that, and so when you capture people like that, it's going to last for a long time. How long, I'm not sure, because they're very talented people, but he's going to have to reinvent himself also as time goes on. But for right now, man, I'm like, big up, let him keep doing his thing. And if he can catch Bebe and Bobby and Chameleon, I mean, and those, you see, the problem with all those brands is they've been big in Africa, the whole of Africa. You understand? You say these guys' names in Mali, and people know who you're talking about. Those 3. So if he can, in the next 10 years, move himself international, he can now really start having that conversation. Like, guys, I'm the baddest where I'm from. And remember, when guys were doing their shows, there wasn't a culture of going out and packing places up. That was a culture we created. Us guys of 20 years ago, we created the culture of making shows that people come to. It wasn't the fashion. You go on radio, TV, you do your show at Sabrina's, done. But doing proper concerts, they made it possible. So that's why you have to give respect to the guys who came before. Bebe, Bobby, Chameleon, Navio, I'm also there. You give respect to those guys because they came before you. They opened the door for you to do that. If you started right now, fresh, new, you know what I mean? So they created the door. You always have to respect the guys who came before you.